Hello, everybody. We're live. Hello, ladies. How are you doing? How has your week been?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. That's
Good,
good to
beautiful.
know.
The week has been excellent.
That's great. Hello, everybody out there. This is us again, Adibola, Motunrayo, Omolara, and Modupe. And today's edition of creating a passive income stream. If we can, you can. We hope that you grab your coffee, grab your tea, sit down with us, and join this discussion. And we're looking forward to an interesting time today. So today we're going to be talking about, you know, why we do what we do. I mean, all of us here, we are business owners, we're digital business owners, not just business owners. And we just want to tell you a little bit about why we decided to do this. We didn't know each other before we met in this community, and everybody had different reasons why they came, to join this community of uh, online business owners. So we're going to tell you a little bit about why we decided to do this, and maybe that will inspire you to also be able to reason with yourself and look inward and decide why you two should go into this, because starting a business is different from when you know the reason why you want to do it. We all know what we want to do, but the why for that what is what most people don't actually know before they go into it. So join us as we start, and feel free to throw in your own opinion, send some of your comments and opinions into the chat, and we will try to answer any question that may come up at the same time. So let's start with you, Mutunrayo. Why did you decide to start a digital business?
Thank you so much, Adebola, and it's really a pleasure for me to be here with you, amazing business partners as well, because I always look forward to this time and many more time that we spend together behind the screen, because you all inspire me a lot. One thing I want to say is personally, I have a lot of whys, and I just kind of put them together, and I'm like, okay, how can I summarize this? Because I really want to be on target. So what I decide to do is I call them my 4 F's. Like number 4, then letter F. Okay. So why was it I was really, really disturbed? I was asking myself severally, there should be something outside of this running crazy, going to daycare and away from daycare to drop my kids. I'm so moody, so disturbed, sometimes so teary, going back to my work. I on getting to work, you understand, you try to brave up and go ahead with your work. And once I was busy with my work and I just remember my kiddos at daycare, my mood would change. Okay. So my 4 F's in summary is my faith. Okay. Sometimes I'm compelled to work, even when I desire to go to church or to go to midweek programs, to kind of create time, my kind of time with my God, with my creator. That is really, really giving me a lot of issues, because I'll be compelled to work. Sometimes you have to go to work on weekends,
Yeah.
and that you're not going to church. If your husband has to work too, your children will be at the daycare. Look at that. My second why, my second F that I call my F is my family. Okay, they are so precious to me, and I know your family are precious to you too. So if you look around and you're like, okay, I just desire to have some kind of freedom with these children, with this family, I think you need to just do a self um kind of a self check. Look inwardly. There are a lot of things that are out there that can turn things around for you. And that is why we are coming to you. My third F is freedom. Freedom to be me, to do me when I want to do me, right? Freedom to take my business, my office to the bathroom if I want, if that is what I want. Freedom to go to the eatery and still earn money. Freedom to go anywhere I desire. Nobody is dictating my life for me. Freedom to be in the life of my children when I want to, going to their school activities and all of that. And nobody is telling me you don't have that permission, right? And the
Mhm.
last one is my flexibility. My
Wow.
flexibility. Okay. So it matters to me a lot because I can decide to be, I mean, just lazy around during the day or doing some other things. That does not mean that once it's 7 o'clock and my kiddos went to bed, I won't still do something for that day. I can wake up midnight, pick up my office right in front of me, that is my computer, and I'll do justice to my daily living, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
that
yes.
is just the summary of my why. So, any other question?
Oh, Mutsuraya, that was very, like you just nailed everything on point. We all have reason for doing what we're doing. Even for doing anything in life, we should have reason. We shouldn't just jump into anything. Or I mean, there's sometimes we do things spontaneously. But when it comes to things like business, things that will affect our future, our life, we need to know why we're doing it. Because that's why it's like knowing your purpose. And that's going to help you to actually, it gives you like a drive to move on. So, Modipa, let's hear you. What is it? What was it that really made you to want to go into online business?
What was the trigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. And hello, all our viewers, and for those probably listening right now that will catch up on the replay later. Muchuraya kind of went into detail, and she was giving those four Fs, right?
Yeah.
Quote and unquote Fs. If you ask me, I would say that we all have a lot of whys, and of course, time will not permit us to go into the detail of our why. Now,
Definitely.
what really makes us unique, right? Because we all have our individual stories. Our stories stand out for ourselves. We might, at the end of the day, maybe generalize it and say, well, we call it all flexibility, we call it, independence, we call it, family, faith, and whatnot. Coming from a number perspective, and I've been in the corporate world for close to 20, still counting. And I've kind of seen how things have evolved over time. And for those of our viewers, we might probably have a lot of us, already in the corporate world, still there, and maybe this story might resonate with you. And I'm just driving at why I'm in the digital space right now. I didn't wake up one day to say I was going to be in the digital space. Digital space was not even an option for me, given the fact that I never wanted to be. I mean, anything that has to do with, being online, being in the social media space, that is not me. You won't find me there. But like I mentioned, being in the corporate world and having to either I'm traveling or either I'm attending to symposiums, I just don't have that time for my family. And I have little ones that I do not want to miss out on their milestones. And so this calls for huge concern for me. Now, one of that is I want to be in the life of my family. The other part is I also want to make sure I'm taking care of myself. Now, given the fact that I've the nature of the job which we do, right? We're at work, sitting down and doing all of those things. They have a toll on our health, and I've seen that over time that is already knocking at the door for me. And so there was just I got to a point, and it's like, you know what, you need to find something else to do, something that would not really infringe on your well-being, things that would not really get in the way of your family, and something that could also get you that independence. Because I've also seen that even in the corporate world that I am in, that a lot of us are in, probably listening to us, catching up on the replay, we just keep paying bills and paying bills, right? And we get to a point where like we want to get to that higher position in life. And we're like, okay, let's get that additional education. Let's get that additional qualification. That resonates with a lot of people listening to me right now. And then what happens? We end up getting additional student loans round about our belt.
Oh yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
that's my story. And so, yeah, and so I see that, it's just that it's a continuous cycle. It's just this continuum that we're just in it, and we're just moving around in circle without it ending. And then I ask myself, is this the same life I'm going to have to live to my children? And then it gets to the time you have to go to college, and we're like, okay, let's get that student loan. And I'm like, you know what? It's got to stop. So if it means that I'll have to go the route of being uncomfortable, all in the name for me to fight through my independence, then this is it for me. So thankfully, we found this. Thankfully, I am super duper thankful because universe brought this my way. And so majorly just telling you my story and telling you the reason why I'm here, because fine revolves also around what Muturaya had mentioned. I wanted time with my family. I wanted to make sure that I am whole, I am ill. And my previous school of thought of saying I will leave to that retirement age before I start finding something for myself, I found out that it was such a wrong notion. Never think through that. And so I found out I need to do it early enough in life. And that is why I am here in the digital space. Something I dreaded, now I am thriving in it. Come on board, you guys. You will love it.
That's right.
Thank you, Adebo.
Thank you very much, Mudupe. It's always nice to hear your voice.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's just the truth. We have a lot of why. There are a lot of reasons, but there's always some major things that really drives us, that make us to want to change, that make us want something different, to just allow change to happen, because it gets to a point that we're just too I don't want to use we're fed up. Is we're overwhelmed, and we're just wondering that, is this going to change? Am I going to continue this way? I mean, is there a solution? And there's a reason for that. So let's hear what Omolara has to say. I know she too has a story. Everybody has a story.
Yeah,
Omolara.
yes, thank you, Adebola. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to all the people listening to us. Well, like you said, everybody have things, not just things, a lot to say. Dupe have said it, Muturayo have said it. I mean, we have a major why we all went into a digital business. At first, I don't even have I mean, I never planned to be a business owner. I mean, I was doing my regular work, and I was loving it. Doing my two jobs, I was loving it until last year. Everybody was so scared that, okay, what's going to happen? And when this pandemic strike, I was um I was in the emergency 3 times. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a COVID, not due to COVID, but due to the stress. I was stressed up, working Monday through Friday at one job, working the whole of the weekend at the other job. I hardly find time to see my children. I mean, there is no time for me to see my kids. I don't have time with them. And then I was getting sick every now and then. I do calling at work every now and then. Been to the ER 3 times. I mean, that's something I need to, like, anybody would sit down and say, you know what, is this how you want to be doing it? I mean, you want to continue doing it this way over and over again? And I sat down and I said to myself, I said, no, I can't continue this way. I don't want anybody to train my children for me. Those are my very, very big why.
Mhm.
I don't want nobody to train. You know how it is in this country with us, with our little kids. If the parents are not there in their life, some other people outside there will be in their life. And what's going to happen? That's when they're going to introduce them to stuff they are not meant to know. So then I take that upon myself. I said, no, I'm not going to allow it to go this way. And so I started doing some research, and then I said, okay, if I can even have something that I'm going to stay home and be doing, and instead of me doing weekend job, then I started making some researches. I came across this business last year, and I said, okay, I mean, this is good enough for me. All the result of people I'm seeing, this is good enough for me to like leave my weekend job. So last year I quit my weekend job. I stopped doing the weekend job, and I have this time for myself. I can think mentally. Like then, if any of my kids ask me, "Oh, mommy, this," I'll just be nagging. I
Mhm.
mean, because I was stressed. Mentally, I was stressed. Physically, I was stressed. Somebody going to ER 3 times, you know what I mean? So I was really stressed out. So I was looking for a way to take out that stress out of me. And so I stumbled upon this business and I said, okay, I mean, this is a good fit for me. This is something I can do. And since then, I've been doing it. Everybody have been doing it at our own pace, at our own time. I even my regular job, I'm still doing my regular job, but the weekend is what I needed for myself and my family. So I have that time now. I mean, and I was looking to like, okay, like Modupe said, like retirement age. I don't want to get to 65 or even 55 before I retired. So I'm looking towards that, that okay, will I continue in this? Like, okay, how long will it take for me? How many more years for me to retire? So when I look at those years, I said, no. So I'll still continue at this age, be serving somebody. I mean, be serving under somebody. So I need something for myself. I need something that can take care of my family financially, even though working 2 times. I mean, working I'll say 7 days in a week. Nothing to show for it. Everything is debt. Student loan was there. I'll be crying up to myself that okay, when am I going to, finish paying this student loan? And
Mhm.
upon it, credit cards upon credit card, debt upon debt, still the two jobs are not doing it. So I said, no, I cannot continue this way. There has to be another way. And thank God, like I said, I came across this business and boom, it's been working for me, which I believe it's been working for everybody. So that's my
Thank you.
story.
Thank you, Omolara. All the stories just sort of uh, almost the same. There's something that we really want, which is to take care of our family. I also have a reason why I joined this business, and I'm just going to summarize it. It's my time, needing my time back, because I know when I have my time back, I will be able to take care of my family the way I want to. I'll be able to spend that time doing the things that I love to. And there are a lot of those things that I'm very passionate about that I cannot do them now. If I have my time back, I'll be able to dedicate it to my faith, to dedicate it to my family, and to if I want to travel or whatever it is that I want to do. Because like it is, you can't just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm taking 2 weeks vacation when you're working for either you're working
No,
with
it's
whoever
not
your
possible.
employer is. you know how many weeks of vacation do you even get in a year? I
Probably
want to be
four
able to
weeks.
take 6 months vacation like some of
Oh
my
my.
business partners are doing right now. I'm really looking forward to being able to do that.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's good. I'm really happy for you, Omalana, that you were able
Oh
to
yeah.
quit your weekend job. The main one is coming very soon, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh
know
yes.
all of us are looking forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like there's something wrong with working, but it's not the ultimate. There's a better way to live life and be fulfilled and enjoy life, enjoy your family,
Mm-hmm.
and without stress, without the daily hustling and going here and there. And I know everybody loves that. There's nobody that doesn't love a good thing. So thank you, ladies, for those your words and the things that you've shared with us. And I believe everyone out there have a why, or maybe if you didn't know what having a why is, at least from what you've heard, in doing anything, you need to have a why. You need to know the reason why you're doing it. Because when you know your why, then you're already in the
Halfway
working
there.
in your purpose. Either
Exactly.
you are in your purpose or you're already working in your purpose. When you know your why, it gives you that drive to keep going. And whatever happens along the way, you won't be deterred. You won't just, fall off the way anyhow, because you know the reason why you are doing what you do. So thank you, ladies. Uh, I'm, we're going to talk about we've been talking about our business, our community, the business we do, and all that online business. So why didn't you? Let me just say, why is it not another kind of business? Why is it not maybe a franchise or a brick and mortar kind of business? Why didn't we, decide to? I mean, you could get money from that or
Right.
get. So why did you not go another way, Muturayo?
Okay. Thank you very much. I will in fact I did went other way. I did.
2 minutes for you.
Yes, I'm a typical businesswoman, and you know what? I started something on the side. I was making African dishes,
Okay.
okay? And people were really loving it, and I was dying inside. I love cooking. But when you look at the stress,
Mhm.
okay, of standing for forever in the kitchen,
Forever.
and
Yeah.
by the time you sit down, you are like, I want to stop this. Okay. So that was there, I was doing it. And I had the mind of, okay, um, when I moved, because I actually moved from North Dakota to Texas. Okay. So that if I get to Texas, I'm going to start an African store and all of that. And but by the time I was done
Mm.
doing my researches, I sat
Mhm.
back and I was like, okay, be sincere to yourself.
Mm.
You can do this now. Okay. Then I've not even started my digital business. I was like, you can do this because I will still need to take my kiddos to daycare. They are still little. And that means I will be in the store. Will I hire someone to get them from school? All those logistics are there. I will need a physical store. That means my bills will become double
Mhm.
Mhm.
because I will take care of my bills in my store and I will take care of my bills at home.
That's right.
Okay.
So
We're talking
it
about the stress.
right, the
Mhm.
stress I know will just be so much
Much.
on me and my health. And when I started this, oh my God, I'm like, okay, why didn't I start this all this while?
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. And that's just the thing, the stress. You're trying to avoid. You're trying to move away from stress. You're trying to move away from not having time. You don't want to get into something taking up your time and then maybe even being worse than where you were before.
right.
Thank you for that. Modupe, can you just, in a brief way, tell us what are the things that, I mean, what is required? What do you need to even start an online business? To start, what, do I need to any training? I mean, do I need to go to school? I mean, do I need to get some? What is it, in your own opinion, based on your experience?
Thank you. Virtual reality. And I'm going to say that it's going to differ from one type of, online business to another because we have a thousand, a million, and one,
Mhm.
Mhm.
online type of business as we speak right now, given the fact that things are really shifted online. And so we're so done with the traditional way of doing things, and we are virtually everybody's on the digital space. And so back to your question, what is it going to entail? I will speak directly to our type of business in which we are in. And to say, you said, do you need a particular training? Do you need to get a certification? Do you need to enroll in a school or get to do any of those? I'm going to say no. Viewers, I probably shocked you by saying no. Those listening to our replay, and that's not a shock because that is the reality. You do not need, to get a certification. You do not need to get a training or to go to school to get into this business in which we're talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. In our community, we have several professions. We have individuals that are medical doctors. We have pilots. We have nurses. We have educators like Muturayo. We have what human resources specialists like Adebola. We have what public health specialists like Omolara, and then the list is endless. And we also have students. We have individuals who are of age, who are not. We have homemakers in our
We have
community.
grandmas and granddads.
Grandmas
Yeah.
and grandparents, and that's why I mentioned the list is endless. However, you are not required to have a certification or go to school before you proceed and start this type of online business. I want to make sure I am not jumping the gun, and I want to make sure that's exactly your question. Do you need me to say
Yeah,
more? That's it.
yeah. That's okay. Let's
Okay.
hear from Omalara.
Okay.
I mean, what are the other things that somebody needs to get, or you may need? I mean, maybe somebody is wondering, oh, what do I need to start? How do I get started, and all that? Based on your, I mean, let's talk about our own kind of
business.
business now.
Okay.
Mhm.
What
Okay.
any other thing that you think, okay,
Okay. I would say, based on what Modupe said, you do not need to be. I mean, you do not need to have any experience. You don't have. You don't need to have any qualification for it, and then also it's something anybody is doable for anyone. Is doable for anyone. Anybody can do it. We have professionals, we have non-professionals in our business. And so doing the business, the business is flexible. The flexibility is there that anyone in any profession can do it. And then what we need to have, I mean, all we need to have to do it is what we have everybody has. We have our smartphone. You can use your smartphone to do it. I mean, people have laptops. If you don't have laptop, you have tablets. It's something you need to, I mean, you can do with tablets, with smartphone, like I said, and also with laptop. So it doesn't require you to have any prior experience. It doesn't require you to have to be a tech savvy, or maybe you have background of computer. You don't even need to have all that. And then there is this training. This is what I really like most about it. That, I mean, anybody coming into it, I mean, even let's look at it. Any company you want to work, definitely you're gonna have
there
one
are
kind of training
training,
or the
yeah.
other. So there is this training that you need to one needs to go through. It's a web-based training that everything is being laid out. So even though you don't know, sorry to use that word, you don't know jack, right? You
Mhm.
will be trained to know. You learn more. So by going through this training, you are, I mean, you'll be open to the world. You'll be open to, like, I mean, you say, like, wow, so this
I
exists.
could do
Even
this,
this,
I
I
can
mean,
do
even
this.
with the training, is a step-by-step training. You are not compelled to do anything out of your will or out of your wish. So the training is flexible, and then most of the majority thing has been done. All you need to do is just come in, do the little you have to do to make it to make it work. And then they will help you they will train you. You're going to be trained. They will build your business for you. And then we have thousands upon thousands, like over 98 thousands of successful business, like-minded people like you and I. And then, so anybody out there listening to us, is something you can do. It's doable. So don't be scared that, oh, people are going into online world. Am I going to do it? What do I need? Do I read the requirement? You don't need no requirements. So that's all you need. Have your right mindset. Have your laptop or your phone to do it. I mean, you are good to go.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. Thank you. Don't get us wrong. We're not saying that, oh, just come and everything is easy, or you just lay down and your business is set up. Of course, everybody needs to put in their own part. There's nothing that is just going to drop out of the blues and just set up a business. You have to put in your time. You have to put in time to get yourself set up. You have to put in time to go through the training. The training is not just going to fall on, into upon
Your
you
laps.
suddenly. No, you have to put in time to go to the training to learn what you need to do. And when we're saying that you don't need to be tech savvy, you don't need to have prior experience, it's because there's a training, like Kamalara said. But if you don't go through the training, then you won't know what to do. It's as simple as that. Knowledge is very important. You need to learn, you need to educate yourself. And that's what we do most in our community. We educate each other and anybody that is joining us, and we try not to leave anybody behind, helping everyone to succeed. um I'm just going to ask Muturayo, do you have anything to say before we round up?
Yes, I have a lot to say, but I will just say Something
30
little,
seconds for you.
right? One more thing that you need is yourself and your desire for change.
Mhm.
Okay? I know if you're watching us now or if you will be catching on the replay, you've been thinking about it, right? Thinking and thinking about a change. But guess what? If you think and you did not put any action behind your thinking, then it's just you're just wishing, right? You're
Yeah.
just thinking, right? So you need to make a decision, be decisive, right? Because if you decide that you need change, that is when you are ready to put some action behind your thinking. And what action do you need to take? Is you saying, okay, I'm ready for a change. I need to take some step,
Mhm.
do some due diligence. What these people are talking about, how can I know about it? How can I make my researches?
Mm.
Okay, look on the screen. Look at all the website there, the www.allthose.com, right? All the names there. WK Concept, Moturayo Emily, Malara Ote Consulting, dreamconsulting.com. Check on any of them that you want. Put your name and your email, right? When you do that, you will have access to a 90-minute webinar. You don't have to go all the way.
That's right.
You can do your listening or watching of the webinar bit by bit as your time permits you.
I thought I gave you 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm
Last
still
Exactly.
about
time.
10 seconds. I'm still
Eh?
about 10
Mutara is
seconds.
an educator. She needs to educate her
Don't
audience.
forget
I know,
I'm an
right?
educator.
She's an
Okay.
Oh,
educator.
yeah.
So
Okay. You're past your 10 seconds.
so
Okay, your
when
30
one
seconds.
few seconds more. So when
No
you do
problem.
this, it will give you access to
Yeah.
make researches. And when you have questions about on the website that you watch, you can reach out to anybody. Guess what? Until you make attempt to take some actions, you are just thinking and wishing that there
Ambition.
will be a
That's right.
change. Love you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Moturayo. And that's the crowning of it all. Um, know your why. Know the reason why you want to do it. Let your why drive you. You know what you want, but if you don't know the why, the what is just a waste of time. So know your why and remember that you already have what you need, especially if you're interested in what we do. You already have what you need to get on board. You need to your mindset to be right. You need to be coachable. You need to be ready for change, and you have all the gadgets already. We all, I mean, if you're watching us now, that means you have a phone. You probably
That's
have a social media account. That's why you can see us. So you have all the gadgets already. Message us if you have any questions or if you need clarification or you want to know more about it. Just message any of us and we'll be glad to discuss with you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for
thank
all
you.
that joined. We're grateful that you tuned in, and until another time very soon, we wish you all a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week ahead.
Yep.
Goodbye for now. Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you
Bye.
for watching.